Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range with today's daily lesson. This one is a question that comes from DeWitt Strong, and DeWitt says, "Dear Serge, your instruction to emulate a shortstop or a tennis player is the best move I've made since I quit drinking 28 years ago. Congratulations. I have one question about the accordion. We call it, that's the accordion effect, how we get into our posture. Both knees are in the shortstop position as the ball is struck. A body in motion stays in motion, thus the follow-through. Continuity of motion causes your weight to end up largely on the left foot, or in this case we could say my left foot being the forward foot. Okay, so DeWitt's talking about the transition, shift up into the finish, what I call swing up to the T finish. I've watched you swing on many videos. Your left knee straightens but does not lock. Is this automatic? Do the hands and club pull or straighten the left leg? I've had 5 back surgeries, the last a 6-level lumbar fusion. Before my operation, I studied the swing machine theory. I was 3 inches taller and 15 pounds lighter, and it worked. I cannot rotate anywhere enough now. You came along, solved my problem quickly, and proved that God takes care of drunks, babies, and fools." DeWitt. Okay, DeWitt, that's some pretty great philosophizing there, and it does work. I mean, I think He takes care of us when we keep an open mind and we keep searching for the truth. And it's obvious the Serge swing is the truth because it's 100% involved with physics and physiology. Yes, the rotational swing that you said you went to swing the what you call the swing machine theory. First off, just the word machine is going to tell us this is going to work. That's a machine. We're a human being. We're made of muscle, tendons, and ligaments that stretch and rotate. And the machines are basically metal and nuts and bolts and held together where they don't have stretching and they don't have flexibility and rotation. And so right off the bat, that should be a clue that's not going to work, at least efficiently and consistently for human being, because it's not our nature. And so we want to swing according to our nature. So the main question you ask is do the hands and club pull or straighten the left leg? Yes, they are a major contributor to it. They are part of the whole operation. It's a factor of everything. When I talk about starting the golf swing in the backswing, we turn into the catcher's mitt and lift up the tree. And I say, as I'm lifting upward, I ring the bell. In my mind, the bell is like one of those desk bells where a school teacher has on a desk, or you see in a hotel or somewhere, you ring the bell. I invert it and put it upside down. So when I'm coming up, the bell is realistically, as far as my mind is concerned, and is the only way to do it, is rung on the way up. It's not getting to the top and pulling down. That would be too late, because then it would be a 2-piece swing. All upswing and then downswing. All right, I ring it on the way up. So as I'm ringing up, and my bell position is right here, which we find by doing this drill. There's my bell position. So when I come up, bing, bang, it starts my bump. And the bump starts, therefore, while I'm going up. So if you watch me in slow motion, you'll always see that when my forward hip starts, my left hip, my forward hip starts, the first time it moves this way, the hands are going up 1 or 2, or sometimes even 3 more clicks of the camera when it's on slow motion movement. All right, and that means that my lower body started forward while my upper body and club are still going up. So at some point, that's what gives me all the stretch from here all the way up, from my legs into my hips, up to my back, up to my shoulders, neck, and down my arms and hands, all the way to the golf club, and that pulls the club down. At this point in time, I get a little free fall, and from there, I'm just pouring it through to swing to the finish. So yes, my arms are swinging. My arms are swinging my hands and club fast. My body is also, at the same time as I talk about, you've heard me say that once I ring the bell, I swing up and stand up AFAP to the T finish. So it's a combination of all of those things that make my legs straighten a little bit. Now the key is, as you mentioned, and you are correct, it straightens a little, but it never locks. And that happens for a couple of important reasons. Number one, because I'm rolling over to the outside of the foot, which means if the foot rolls over the leg, it's very difficult for the leg to completely straighten. Normally you will see that if a leg straightens, the foot is always flat. So flat foot goes with a straightening left knee. In many cases, if it straightens a lot, it's hyperextended, which isn't good, which can cause you a lot of problems with your knees, back up into your hips and into your back and all the way up to your neck. The knee issue is very well documented through Tiger Woods with his locking the knee. So A, we're rolling, which keeps it a little flexed. B, we turn only to the target and finish square to the target. So with the hip not turning enough or more than needed, the knee can stay flexed. Again, you make a big turn to the left, because the hip keeps turning and the shoulders keep turning. As long as this leg is attached to this hip, you know, in the hip socket here, if the hips and shoulders turn too far, it will pull the left knee straight. All right, so finishing square to the target is another big issue here as to why we can finish with the leg getting straight but never locking. All right, and so you add all of those things up, though, we come up, we recoil and relax, and we're facing the target. And so that kind of flexes the knee back down. In fact, I have a drill many times that you should be able to get here, hit the ball, stand up here and go 1, 2, 3. This is where I want to be. So I'm on this leg. So the knee straightens a little, never locks, straightens, and then when I recoil and relax and I sit on my left leg, it should flex down a little bit more to prove that it is flexed and that you're in dynamic balance. So hopefully this explains everything. It's a combination of everything. It's kind of what we could call, I guess, the proper sequential movement of the parts of the body is a definition of timing. All right? And so all things are timed, and all things are timed to move at the right time, the right sequence, in the right order, and finish in that dynamic balance finish where we swing up, stand up, and square to the target is what keeps the knee from ever really locking up. The key to locking up is more than anything, is the over rotation, swinging to the left of the rotational swing. We finish square to the target. That helps keep the knee from straightening completely and flexing back down, which is what you need to keep it in dynamic balance and to relieve all the stress and strain on it, as well as all the other parts of your body. All right, and that's why the surge swing is such a body-friendly swing, because we don't ever put the body under tremendous stress. And anytime you lock or hyperextend a flex joint, that's putting it under tremendous stress, which not only stresses out that joint, but starts to affect a whole bunch of other ones that are connected to it. And remember, everything in our body is ultimately connected, like a big long train. Everything's connected. So when you stop pulling one out, it starts affecting all the rest. Well, that's it for the search for today on why the left knee stays relatively straight but never locks, and how we finish on that nice dynamic balance finish, square to the target. That's it for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.